Hello everyone, my name is Bibek Dhakal. Today I will be talking about water pollution, its effects and ways to control it. During the last 2 weeks, I did some research regarding this topic and I was able to find out some interesting information on this topic. According to NewYorkTimes.com, research shows that an estimated 1 out of 10 Americans have been exposed to drinking water that contains dangerous chemicals or fails to meet a federal health benchmark. In other words, at this point, even though billions of people, including you and I, are aware about water pollution and its consequences, but we seem to ignore the fact just for our personal comfort on daily basis or daily actions. By personal comfort, I mean, for example, if we are walking beside a lake while eating or drinking something, we tend to throw the trash into the lake rather than looking for trash cans or a dustbin. Out of all the water bodies, 70% of our Earth's surface is covered with water, where only 2.5% of it is drinkable or fresh. Especially in developing countries, water bodies take in billions of tons of household trashes, sewage, farming chemicals, drainage every year, which is not only reducing availability of drinking water but also destroying the aquatic flora and fauna, which leads to the imbalance in ecosystem. It is also essential to take into consideration that some water pollution is from direct sources like failing waste management facilities, factory waste and refineries that release toxic waste and chemicals into the nearest water bodies. There is evidence of undesirable results that have been brought out by the water being polluted. Intake and consumption of contaminated water can lead to fatal diseases like diarrhea, typhoid, cholera, and many more. According to River Culture and Livelihood by Malik S., these diseases are common wherever there is presence of untreated factory waste, and a lot of money is used for treatment and lives can even be lost. There is even the possibility of an ecosystem collapsing, and even to support the life of organisms that resided and fed on such an ecosystem, which can have a detrimental effect which we have to be aware of. Ecosystem is a very dynamic and highly responsive to changes. Despite how small the difference is, water pollution can cause damage to the ecosystem, where small fishes can die from polluted water, causing starvation to their predators. An effect could be felt even higher on the tropic levels. According to Water Pollution Biology by Abel P., pollution also brings about eutrophication in algae growth, which covers the top of the water body. Bacteria present in the water will eventually feed on the algae, leading to the decrease in amount of oxygen in those water bodies. Depleted oxygen or even being in limited supply brings about fatal consequences to the marine life. Now, to conclude my speech, despite water being highly and frequently polluted, it is possible to control or even minimize the pollution. It is likely to decrease and reduce the side effects or harmful effects on our health. These measures taken include water conservation and many others. It is the main motive for controlling water pollution. Wastage of water is the primary reason, as it creates simple shortage decisions that have the capability of bringing in huge difference in our lives and ecosystem. Sewage should be treated and industrial effluent treated adequately before being directed into the water bodies. Farm chemicals should be applied with caution, bearing in mind that they may end up in the water or any river or lake or water bodies. Control of eutrophication by reducing the fertilizers directed into the water bodies will boost marine life by not interfering with the oxygen supply. By saying this, I hope you and I or everybody listening to this speech or this presentation will keep in mind not to pollute water or think about it before throwing a trash can into the water before looking for trash can. Thank you.